Hey there, welcome to LSAT-Demon Daily. I'm Josh Mansfield, a teacher with the Demon. With me is Nathan Fox, one of the founders of lsatdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. Our producer of the Demon Dailies, Ben Dieter, put together a variety of questions that we got from a lot of splitters this cycle, Nate.
Okay.
We'll go just jump right into some of these. Will my mediocre GPA prevent me from getting a scholarship?
Depends where you apply. I mean, we just talked about WashU at length on episode, whatever it was, the one that came out this week. Oh, episode 534 of the Thinking Outside podcast. We talked about WashU at length, and I knew they were splitter friendly. I didn't realize how splitter friendly they actually are. They will accept people with any GPA as long as you have the right LSAT. They will also accept people with any LSAT as long as you have the right GPA. So, and they do give discounts to 96% of the class. So no, splitter will not keep you from getting scholarships.
I'll add as well, Nate, that it's to your point about where you apply. I don't even think it's just like it's not just the school, because some are definitely more splitter friendly, but it's also where are you applying and how far behind the median are you? You know, as your mediocre GPA, if you're applying to Chicago, yeah, that's probably going to prevent you from getting a scholarship. But there are schools, and including myself, I was below the median in GPA at my school, but I was so far above the 75th percentile for the LSAT that I still got a full tuition scholarship. So
different schools have different strategies.
yes,
WashU in particular, if you're 1 point above the median LSAT, they could literally admit you with a 2.5 GPA. And if you're one click above their median GPA, they could admit you with a 152. So, different schools have different strategies. I mean, some schools are playing the rankings game harder than others.
Yeah.
And so the schools that are super playing the game, you could be literally one click above either LSAT or GPA, and you could still be a great applicant at that school. Other schools are actually going to care. Oh, this guy's barely below on one, but he's way above on the other. Okay, we're going to love this applicant. So it just depends. I mean, as always, apply broadly so that you can then see what kinds of offers come in.
How high of an LSAT score should I shoot for to compensate for my GPA?
You can play around with our scholarship estimator. That's lsatdemon.com/scholarships. Higher is always better on the LSAT. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like the you can never be too rich or too thin thing. You know, it's like you should get probably as high of an LSAT as you're capable of, because every point's going to matter somewhere. And we think that one LSAT point is worth $10,000 or $15,000 in scholarships. So again, play around with the estimator. The answer is probably just as high as you can achieve.
I underperformed in one semester due to circumstances outside my control, health, family, etc. Should I address this in my applications?
Maybe. I mean, if you are going to, I just wouldn't make any excuses about the circumstances at all. I would just actually leave it probably vague. Just say circumstances beyond my control, because nobody wants to hear about sad shit, health problems, weird things that happened, you know, accidents. Like you just don't need to go into it. Just say, it'll look more professional if you just say circumstances beyond my control, or a family situation or something like that. But the thing to do is to recalculate your GPA, because the recalculation of your GPA is a fact. Now, it's a fact that you manufactured, but it doesn't mean it's not a fact. So drop that semester from your transcript and recalculate your GPA without that semester, and just say, due to circumstances beyond my control, I had this one bad semester in the fall of 2023. Without that semester, my GPA is X. I don't really think I would say much more than that. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. The one thing I would add, though, is that I see a lot of students who come to me and say things like, you know, I have a 3.4 because of this one semester, so I need to write an addendum because otherwise I would, without that semester, I would have had a 3.58. And I'm like, Okay, hold on. If you have a stellar GPA to highlight without that semester,
Yeah.
that's another thing. But drawing your attention from a bad GPA to a mediocre GPA isn't helpful. In fact, I think that's even more of a detriment.
I think you're right. Yeah, and I guess I never thought about that, because what you're doing there is you're just like focusing on the worst part of your
Yeah.
application instead of letting them focus on other parts of your application. The fact remains, whatever the LSAC calculated UGPA is, that's what they're going to have to report to the American Bar Association and to the ranking authorities. So, yeah, especially if it's like, oh, well, if I take this year out of my GPA, instead of a 2.5, I have a 2.9.
Right.
And they're like, whoa, you think that's good?
Yeah, yeah. If it
So,
doesn't
yeah,
drag you like above their median, you probably don't want to even highlight it, I
I
would
think
think.
you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, I'll take that back. I would not submit an addendum like that unless it was getting me above the median at that school.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
even
probably the
then,
line. Right.
the reason why they care about the medians is because of the rankings, and it's not going to affect the rankings. So I don't know. I suppose you could do it. Keep it short, keep it humble, and yeah, only do it if it's going to like give them a number that they can anchor on that's good.
Yeah.
If you're going to re-anchor them on another bad number, that's not going to help you.
Because the point of the addendum is to show that you have the capability as a student to succeed in law school.
Yeah.
And I just think there are so many more effective ways to do that. Have you polished your resume? Does that look really clean? And I'll highlight that. Does your personal statement not focus on the event that caused you to get a bad GPA, but instead focus on why you're going to make a killer law school student?
I mean, not only that, but kick ass on the LSAT,
And
because
the
that's the one where they're really going to go, oh, wow. Okay. So you have the English language ability, you have the logic ability, you have the work ethic to, a combination of those three things is what it's going to take to get a 170, whatever. And if you show up with that, then it's like, yeah, okay, fine. Grades, whatever. They're just a splitter.
Yeah. I'm an older, non-traditional applicant. How can I demonstrate I've grown from a less than stellar undergraduate GPA?
Don't talk about it. I don't think talking about it's going to indicate that you've grown. I think you're an adult. The people making the decision are adults. They know that kids are stupid. If you apply with the right LSAT, they're interested. And as an older applicant, I would expect that you're also going to show them work experience, a kick-ass personal statement, letters of recommendation. Let other people say
from
it.
Employment. Yeah.
You don't need to say it. Have good letters from your bosses,
Right.
and a personal statement that shows you kicking ass at work and a killer LSAT. You don't need to talk about college days.
The GPA, and what we always say is the GPA fills two purposes. The first is that it is a nice boost for the medians for ranking purposes.
Rankings, yeah.
Yep. If your GPA is not there, see if you can you get classes changed to pass fail? Can you, if you're still in your undergraduate, can you take some community college, get some A pluses and drag that up? Right. Like, but once it's done, once that GPA is closed, if there's nothing you can do to fix it, the rankings ship has sailed. At that point, the second purpose is to demonstrate that you are going to make a successful law student and eventually successful lawyer. Let the rest of your application do that work for you, regardless of whether you're a non-traditional, like recently graduated, whatever it is. You need to, and honestly, I think this is an even bigger argument for those who are thinking that they should go KJD but don't have the best GPA in the world. You need to go get work experience to show them that you have grown since that less than stellar GPA.
Yeah, totally agree.
Awesome.
That's a good point. If you're a K through JD with bad grades, law school is probably not right for you.
Yeah.
Because what? You're a K through JD, but you've got bad grades? That's not, law school's for good students, not bad students. So if you are a K through JD with bad grades, I would seriously recommend taking some time off.
Yeah. Go figure out what you want to do. Go so you have something interesting to talk about in interviews if you have them, that you like are going to law school with a plan, and then you have work experience to show like, hey, I'm ready to succeed at this. Yeah, that's anyway.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks for putting those together, Ben, and best of luck to those who are applying as the splitters. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.